he decided to find a suitable wife for his son Isaac. Abraham sent him for his best servant. I do not want my son to marry any of the local Canaanites. Abraham explained, I am sending you to where I used to live. You'll find a wife for Isaac there. But the servant said, what if she does not want to come back with me? Will I have to take Isaac to her? If she is unwilling, Abraham replied, your task is finished. God has promised to give this land to my descendants. The servant collected 10 camels and loaded them with provisions. Then he set off for Aram Naharaim in Mesopotamia, where Abraham's brother Nahor lived. When he arrived, he stopped outside the city and made his camels kneel down close to a well. Then the servant prayed, Lord God, when the women come to the well, I will ask them for a drink. If one says, drink, and I'll water your camels too. Let her be the one you have chosen for Isaac, for your Isaac. While he was praying, a woman called Rebekah came to the well. She was carrying a water pot on her shoulder. The servant asked Rebekah for a drink. She quickly lowered the jar and gave him a drink. Then she offered to draw water for the camels as well. The servant watched as Rebekah went back and forth from the well to fill a trough for the camels to drink. When she had finished, he took out 2 gold bracelets for her. Who are you? The servant asked. I am Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, she replied. The servant was pleased as it meant Rebekah was related to Abraham. He bowed his head and worshipped God. Praise be to the Lord, the God of my master Abraham. The servant exclaimed, He has led me to the family of Abraham. Rebekah was living with her brother Laban and his wife. When Laban heard about the servant's arrival, he came running to him. Laban was thrilled to meet Abraham's servant and pleased when he saw the gifts the servant had brought with him. Come, said Laban, you are blessed of the Lord. I have room for you and your camels, and we'll have a meal prepared for us all. The servant explained why he had come, then brought out gold and silver jewelry and gifts of fine clothes for Rebekah. He also gave expensive gifts to Laban and Rebekah's mother. The next day, Rebekah agreed to go with Abraham's servant on the long journey to meet Isaac, her future husband. Isaac was sitting and meditating about God when he saw the camels and his servant appear. He ran towards them. Who is that? Asked Rebekah. That is Isaac, the servant replied. Rebekah quickly covered her face. Abraham's servant then explained to Isaac all that had happened. Soon after this, Isaac and Rebekah were married. Abraham's prayers had been answered, and the prayers of Abraham's servant to help him find a wife for Isaac were answered too. Isaac really loved Rebekah, and they later had twins, Esau and Jacob. If you want to read this story in the Bible, it is found in Genesis chapter 24. And that ends our story.